There is a specific kind of pain that only intelligent people experience. It doesn't come from failure. It doesn't come from loss. It comes from the mirror. You spend hours analyzing your own thoughts. You know why you procrastinate. You know the childhood wound that makes you seek validation. You've read the books, watched the videos, and labeled every shadow in your psyche. You believe you are self-aware. But here is the terrifying paradox. Self-awareness without action is just another form of self-destruction. You are using your understanding of your flaws to justify staying exactly where you are. You say, "I have an anxious attachment style," and then you use that diagnosis as a shield to never love again. You say, "I am an overthinker," and then you wear that label like a medal that excuses you from ever making a decision. Knowledge has become your cage, and the key is not more information. The key is something far simpler and far harder. Subscribe if you want to understand the machinery behind your own mind, because knowing how the machine works is useless if you never pull the lever. Psychologists call it the cognitive load of metacognition. It is the weight of thinking about thinking. When you constantly monitor your own behavior, asking, "Why did I say that?" or "What does this feeling mean?" you flood your prefrontal cortex. This is the part of the brain responsible for decision-making and action. And here is the cruel irony. When your prefrontal cortex is overloaded with analysis, it shuts down your ability to do. You become a spectator in your own life. You watch yourself hesitate. You narrate your own stagnation. And because you can articulate why you are stuck, you mistake the explanation for a solution. But your brain does not care about your explanations. Your brain cares about energy expenditure. And right now, it has classified thinking about change as a full-time job. It believes the work is already done. So it allows you to sit in the comfort of insight while your life remains untouched. This is where most people double down. They look for one more framework, one more psychological model. They believe the right idea will finally unlock them. But you don't have a knowledge problem. You have a translation problem. You know how to translate Latin. You do not know how to translate insight into muscle. If this resonates, hit subscribe. Not because you need another channel in your feed, but because you need a reminder that understanding is only the first step, and the step after that is where most people stop walking. So how do we bridge the gap between knowing and doing? There is a mechanism. It is uncomfortable, but it is simple. You must separate the observer from the actor. The observer is the part of you that analyzes. It is valuable. It keeps you safe. But it is slow. The actor is the part of you that moves. It does not need to know why it is moving. It only needs to move. When you catch yourself saying, "I feel anxious about starting this project," the observer wants to sit with that feeling for 3 days, journaling about its origins. The actor acknowledges the feeling in 1 second and opens the document in the next. This is called cognitive defusion, a technique from acceptance and commitment therapy. You stop fusing with the thought. You stop believing that because you think something, you must solve it before you act. The thought is there, let it scream, but your hands keep moving. You are not waiting for motivation. You are not waiting for clarity. You are moving through the noise. And the moment your body begins to act, the analysis loop breaks. Why? Because action creates new data, and new data gives the brain a new problem to solve, one that is rooted in reality, not in hypothetical fear. Here is what happens when you finally make this shift. You stop identifying as the person who understands themselves. You start identifying as the person who acts despite what they understand. This is a subtle but profound difference. The first identity keeps you in the library. The second identity puts you in the arena. And in the arena, you will fail. You will make mistakes. But here is the secret that the self-aware mind fears most. Failure in the arena teaches you more about yourself than 10 years of quiet reflection. The mirror only shows you your face. Action shows you your spine. You have spent enough time inside your own head. You have collected enough insights to fill a library, but a library is a cold place to live. Today, choose one thing, one small thing, not the thing you need to understand, just the thing you need to do. And let the analysis happen in the background while your hands do the work. The machinery of your mind is fascinating, but machinery is meant to be used, not just observed. If you are ready to stop studying yourself and start building yourself, subscribe. Every week we explore not just how the mind works, but how to make it work for you. Thank you for listening. I will see you in the next one.